everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on winter decor. I'm going to be taking Dollar Tree items to create a snowman and these birch trees. You're going to need a couple of those dustpans with the handles, and I'm going to be using the handles to create my birch trees. And you can see I used just one of those long wood signs for the base. And I'm going to be using some of that vinyl, a couple of the signs I had from the spring, and a hat, and some twigs. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take my handle and roll it up in a few thick layers of this tissue paper. And you could make this as thick as you like. I was just making some really thin birch trees to stand beside my snowman. And I guess I'm creating like a little vignette all put together. And I used a 5/8 to drill the smallest hole and then an inch to drill the bigger one. And what I did is just use a small end of the handle for the 5/8, and then I flipped it over and used the top part of the handle for the bigger one. And I only did that just to give them a little bit of difference in height. And you can see I used my white chalk paint. I'm just going to dust over that with that Waverly Antique wax and then just pop those right in there. I do put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom just to secure them in. Let that dry really well. I didn't, and it actually stuck a little bit to my little pad there. And then of course I'm just going to brush these with several layers of paint just till I get them to cover up really well so it doesn't look like paper. And I had that Easter egg from the spring and the little plant seeds sign also. And this worked perfect to make just a medium-sized snowman. And you really wouldn't have had to have added the faux leather there, but I decided to add that just to add a little bit of texture to the design and then just paint over it. But this design turned out so cute, and it was really simple, everyone. And I just enjoyed the really simple designs. And while we're watching this, I will say I'm definitely happy to be back creating in my studio. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I've not been feeling well, and I'm slowly trying to recover from that. So prayers would definitely still be appreciated. Now you can see here, I'm just going ahead and cutting that hat up, and I wanted to make this hat work for the scarf and for a hat to go on top of the snowman's head. And make sure you dry yours really well. I didn't, and I got a little bit of paint on my scarf there. But I loved some of the items that they're getting in at Dollar Tree. I love the gray and the white. I decorate with those colors in my home. And I decided to add a little bit of burlap too, you'll see here in a minute, around the top part of the snowman's neck area, just to give it a little more bulk and just make it look like there was a couple little scarves around there. And I just used hot glue for mine. I did end up adding a little piece of wood board to the back just for some more stability. And you can see I just really twisted that all around there, just adding a little bit of thickness around the neck, popped a little bit of greenery in there, and then I'm going to take just a twig and use that for the nose. And then I got those little Velcro circles, and I decided to use those for the eyes, and they're really sticky on the back, and they have a little bit of like a fuzzy texture, but it worked great for the eyes. And I'm using, this is I think like a slate black. It's a little bit darker than a gray, and I just thought it worked perfect with the color scheme that I was doing on this design, and thought I'd give him a little smile and add a few more little sprigs of greenery. I always like to have the greenery, and I think he's turning out really cute. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one in the comments below. But everyone, this is the only one I have for you today. I am slowly working my way back to feeling well enough to work out in my studio, and I'll probably just continue with the winter decor and maybe move into some Valentine's Day. And I've got some diet changes I've made, and I've got some really good little recipes and things that I'll probably share with you after the first of the year. And they're really healthy and good, and I thought we could do that a little bit on the off season. And of course, I'll be popping in these videos, and I may start doing some of the videos where I just have a few items in there and maybe doing more of them. Now you can see here, I just added some little twigs from outside and just poke that right in that tissue paper, and hot glued them in. And I'm just going to give this a little rough brushing to make it look like the birch trees, and just some little cross marks in that slate black. And then I just take a little bit of the black and just kind of rub it up and down, you can see there, and just give little scuff marks, kind of like a birch tree would have. And then I added the white paint on top of the little branches, and I thought this one turned out so cute. And I put the greenery that I had in my craft stash in behind there, and I did add some arms on after I got it displayed. I forgot the arms, and added some of the fairy lights down to the bottom. And everyone, here it is displayed on my shelf. I've got one of those little paper bag snowflakes, and I've got that little fire pit. You can actually see that in my shorts videos. But everyone, here is the design for today, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if so, I hope it inspired you. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you do so. I will see you soon.